about him in that second unit with you guys? Because it seemed like you guys were still able to score and everything.
Honestly, it wasn't too much of a change. We just stayed aggressive. With Jimmy, when he's out there, he always trying to instill in us confidence and, attack and be aggressive and everything like that. So without him out there, we just felt like we had to make up for that. So I think Paz did a great job today with just getting downhill, kicking the ball out, keeping the ball moving. And, Will stepped up always, and he went into the starting lineup right off rip. And, he had a great game. So stuff like that, it definitely helps us. Like I said, we got a deep roster, so we just got to continue to just keep fighting.
Hi, D'Anthony. Tell me about your production. You've been able to really be successful off the bench, scoring 20-plus points, 20-plus plus-minus in the limited number of minutes. So how are you able to have such success?
Just being confident. I think, it took me a little minute just to get used to, playing with the guys again. And like I said before, just getting used to just being out there and every day, different teams, different schemes. So I think now I'm just feeling more comfortable with just my body, with my shot, and just, my ability to just attack. And, the coach is doing a great job with me, just, showing me film and stuff in ways I can just be aggressive and just be, be successful. I'm trying to take those.
Mel, Draymond said that the Hornets sometimes played some what we call gimmicky defense, having the center just sit in the paint, and then, Sexton was following Curry literally everywhere, including off the court. Just kind of, what did you think about the way the Hornets were trying to, play defense tonight?
That was crazy. They was denying bro when he was taking the ball out, you feel me? So they was denying him 98 feet. So, games like this, everybody else got to step up and show, the threat that we can be when, you deny somebody like that, especially now you put everybody else on 4-on-4, and now you mess up rotations doing that type of stuff. And the way they was doing it, it was just, it wasn't no rhyme or reason. It was just we're stopping him tonight. And, other guys stepped up, and that's what we needed to do, because 30's going to get his, and he going to figure out ways to be, effective. But it's about everybody else doing their job too.
And then you scored, I think it was 13 in that third quarter. Just what did you like about what was feeling good in that quarter, that closing stretch?
Man, everything. Everything for real. Yeah, I just felt like I can get to the basket at any point. I felt like, I can be aggressive and make something for my teammates. So that's what I tried to do. And, I just kept ending up at the basket. So I just kept shooting it. But I felt good. I felt good. My body felt good. And also I knew with no Jimmy, we had to make up some of those points, some of those rebounds, assists, all that stuff. So I just tried to stay on top of that. And I think, myself and everybody else, we did such a good job with just, making up for whatever we needed.
That end of the third quarter, LaMelo went for, I think, a tween. You stole it from him, went for a dunk, he fouled you, get 2 free throws. That was the loudest the crowd was the entire night. How does it feel for you to have just the Golden State Warriors fan base, Dub Nation, behind you?
It felt amazing. You know what I mean? And then once I got to the bench, Gary was just like, man, you in a flow state. I said, something like that, man. So, it just felt so good just to, be out there. I love to compete, you know what I mean? So when you compete and the crowd gets involved, I love it all. And, that's the type of feel you want to have. And, especially with nights like these, giving a record and everything like that, having a crowd involved and bringing that energy is huge for us, just to keep carrying on.
How much does this place starting to feel like a home for you?
Man, taking it day by day, but it definitely does, you know what I mean? I feel like last year was such a weird but quick stint, but also at the same time showed a lot of love, and I felt the energy that everybody was giving me. But now I'm back, and I've played more games, so I'm feeling everything that made me come here last year is what I can say too.
We asked you a lot about your injury and your recovery, but did you think it would come together this quickly, get back to this level? For me, yeah.
Man, I wanted it all rip. You know what I mean? I wanted it from the jump. So, after I went those first couple of games and I was going through that slump, I think everybody was just, talking to me about giving myself grace and, understanding that, you spent 13 months out not playing NBA professional basketball. So I think once I, started to realize that and just started to just play basketball, I think stuff started to flow a little bit better. And, I wasn't making shots as much, but now I started to realize, like, I can get to the basket a little bit more. I can get to the basket and kick out, find other players. So now that my shots rolling around, it just makes you so much more effective. And like I said, I just wanted it from the jump. And every day I just try to, stack days and just try to get better. So I try to wash whatever has happened in the past. Like today, I love what happened today, but, tomorrow, it's over, and then just worried about the next game.
Anthony, Steve talked about the depth of this team being one of the reasons why you guys have been successful recently in this 5-game win streak or whatever, 4-game win streak. You're one of the catalysts of the depth of this team coming off the bench, and like you did, leading the team tonight with 24 points. Are we really starting to finally see the true talent of this team, the true Golden State Warriors right now?
Most definitely. I think a lot of these guys, I've seen them work throughout the summer and just through my process. So, I have ultimate confidence in everybody out there, and I think, sometimes in this league, depth is underutilized, and especially in an 82-game season. So I think everybody brings something to the table that provides winning. You know what I mean? I think that's the most important thing, just, whatever you can to win, and everything else will flow. Sometimes, you start to make more shots, you start to, rebound a little bit more, play a little bit better defense when you care about the main goal, which the main goal is the winning. And I think everybody on this roster cares and understands what it takes to win.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. Have a good one, y'all.
You too.